Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Technically Explained. In the previous lecture, we studied the AC analysis of the fixed bias configuration of junction field effect transistor. In this video, we are going to study the AC analysis of the self-bias configuration of the junction field effect transistor. And we already know the AC equivalent circuit of junction field effect transistor, which is here. The input impedance is very high and that is represented as an open circuit. The output impedance is given by RD and that is equal to 1 by the conductance of OS. And to show that the output current depends on the input voltage VGS, we have a voltage dependent current source. So now we are going to start with the self-bias configuration. And you can see the self-bias configuration on your screen. This is my self-bias configuration. Now to start the AC analysis, first of all, again, the advantage of self-bias configuration is that we have only one DC source. In fixed bias configuration, we have two DC sources. We also have a VGG over here. But in self-bias configuration, we have only one DC source, which is VDD. Now to start the AC analysis, first of all, again, we have the coupling capacitor C1 and C2, and we also have a capacitor which is CS. Now all the capacitors will be shorted out. Why? Because we have Xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc, and the resistances of these capacitors or the impedances of these capacitors are very small as compared to the other resistances in the circuit. So they can be simply shorted out. So I can simply replace here this by a short circuit, and I can replace this by a short circuit, and I can also replace this by a short circuit. So I'm going to draw short circuits over here. So this is going to be my short circuit, and again I am going to have a short circuit over here that is connected to the ground, and I am going to have a short circuit over here. So the capacitors have been replaced by the short circuit. Now if you look at this resistor, this has been shorted out, so I can simply replace a short circuit over here. So let me quickly replace a short circuit over here. So I can replace short circuit over here. So there is no resistance Rs, so I can remove the resistance Rs from here. And of course, this is going to be my source terminal. So now we have simplified diagram of the self-bias configuration. Other thing is that this VDD for the AC analysis, the DC sources will be connected to the ground. So I can also connect this to the ground. So let me quickly connect this to the ground. So this is also my ground and this is 0 volt. So now we have a simplified version of the self-bias configuration for AC analysis. Now we can simply put the AC equivalent circuit over in place of this JFET. In place of this JFET, I can simply put the AC equivalent circuit over here. So when I put the AC equivalent circuit over here in place of this JFET, I am going to have a circuit like this. So in place of JFET, I have installed the AC equivalent circuit, and I have the resistance RD, which is again connected to the ground because the resistance RD is connected to the ground. I have resistance RG that starts from gate and is connected to the ground. Here we go, the resistance RG starts from gate and is connected to the ground, and the source terminal is again grounded because of the capacitor CS. Now I can simply solve this circuit. So first of all, I need to find the input impedance. Again, we need to find three parameters. One is the input impedance, one is the output impedance, and the other is the voltage gain. So my first parameter is going to be input impedance. And if you can see over here, the input impedance is equal to Rg. So I can simply write that the input impedance is equal to the resistance Rg. So this is going to be my equation number 1. Now for the output impedance, I need to make the input voltage equal to 0. I need to short out the input voltage. So when input voltage is equal to 0, this implies that VGS is equal to 0 because VI is equal to VGS. So now when VGS is equal to 0, the current source over here will be equal to 0. So this GM-VGS is going to be 0, which means that we are going to have an open circuit over here. If you can have a look, I have simplified the diagram for the output impedance, and now we have an open circuit over here. Now to find the Z0, I can simply write Z0 will be equal to the parallel combination of the resistance RD and the RD. And when RD is greater than or equal to 10 RD, I'm going to simply have Z naught. I'm going to have Z naught is equal to RD. So this is going to be my equation number 2. So we have found out the output impedance, which is Z naught is equal to RD. The third thing is to find the voltage gain. And now again the voltage gain can be given by using the Ohm's law, which is going to be equal to V is equal to IR. So in this case output voltage is going to be equal to the drain current, and the drain current is equal to GMVGS. And the output, which is Z naught, and Z naught is equal to RD parallel to RD. Now because of the direction of current, we are going to have a negative sign over here. Now again, because VGS is going to is equal to VI, so we can have minus GM VI RD parallel to RD. This means that we have V naught by VI is equal to minus GM RD parallel to RD. This is my voltage gain, so I can write AV is equal to minus GM RD parallel to RD. Now in the case if we have RD greater than or equal to 10 RD, then again we are going to have this equivalent resistance equal to the RD. So I can write over here AV is equal to minus GM RD. So this is my voltage gain for the self-bias configuration. If you see this equations, you will find out that these equations, the input impedance, the output impedance, as well as the voltage gain is the same for the fixed bias configuration as well. So when we have the bypassed RS, the equation for the input impedance, output impedance, as well as the voltage gain are the same for the fixed bias as well as self bias configuration.